Hey everyone, so today I'm going to disassemble the front emblem for my 2019 Ford Edge ST so that I can paint it. I've seen a lot of tutorials from guys with F-150s and Focuses of how to disassemble this. Most guys talk about drilling out these plastic welds. I found a much simpler solution that works for me. I just thought I'd share it with you guys. I wasn't really comfortable doing it with the drill. I was afraid it'd mess up the emblem in some way. So here's essentially how I do it. I just take my trusty Leatherman, because I'm a Boy Scout, or was a Boy Scout, and I just get up under the lip and pop the lip of the rivet off. Goes pretty quick. I figured this out when I did the rear emblem for my car, which is already done. I'm doing the front now. Some of these take a little bit more than others, but it goes pretty quick and it's pretty easy to do. Like I said, this is just the way I prefer to do it. Other people prefer the drill method, but this is the way I prefer it. So you're gonna have a bunch of these big ones here. These are all for the main blue part. You can see I nicked my fingers, so don't do that like me. Also, you probably want to lay down a towel so that when you have this flipped over, you're not scraping it up against whatever table you might be using. So yeah, see, that one came off pretty easy. Some of them will just literally pop right off. I've got one more over. Actually, that's for the rim. This should be our last one. Then you're going to take a little screwdriver and just start pushing on these points. And it'll slowly, you've done it right, start pushing out the main emblem. You want to be careful too, don't push too hard. You don't want to force one side out faster than another. You'll end up breaking your trim that is inside that emblem. And that's the last thing you want to do. You will end up at Ford or online ordering a new emblem, because if you're a stickler like me, you want it to go back together just how it came apart. So looks like I didn't get the rivet on this one that well. Kind of hard to do with the camera right under my chin, by the way. Not used to having that there. So as you can kind of see, I'm starting to slowly push that emblem away from the rest of it. And just kind of want to go around. Like I said, do this real slow. That's the easiest way to preserve the integrity of it. This one rivet keeps giving me There we go. There we go. So let me remove this piece. This is actually the fill-in for your D and that little, whatever you want to call it, squiggly on the F. So we're going to take that piece out, set it aside. Almost got this main Ford piece off. I'm feeling some restriction somewhere. And you don't really want to force this, guys and gals. Take your time, because prep is everything on these. Sometimes I even take the knife and kind of do like that, which is a ghetto version of drilling it out, if you will. All right, just like most of that is coming off. Got a couple here that are just being a little bit of a pain. So there's your Ford. That still leaves you with the ring around the edge. essentially we're going to do the same thing with all these little pop rivets, as you see. I'm just going to go around with my pocket knife and slowly pop them off. I know, Boy Scouts out there are probably having a fit that sometimes the knife is coming towards me. You're never supposed to cut towards yourself, always cut away. These little ones are really easy, but I will tell you that trim is much thinner. So when we push it out, we're going to be even more careful than we were with the first part, because this one's being kind of a jerk. There we go. Because this is so thin, when you're pushing it out, it has a higher probability, is the word I'm looking for, to snap on you. And once again, if you're like me and a stickler for perfection, you want it to all go back the way it came apart. All right, so that's all of our pop rivets. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go around, slowly push each one out. Some of them are kind of do need to be a little bit hand drilled there, on and out. I just prefer this method. Some people will tell you it takes longer. It probably does. But to me, it's just a more careful method, I guess. I don't know, using a power drill around my plastic emblem that I want to look perfect just made me nervous and very reluctant to do so. So I just kind of experimented, and I've already done one of these emblems on the rear. I've done a front as well. I'm redoing actually the front for myself. There were some small issues on the front that I just didn't like, so I ordered a new emblem, which I would recommend doing through ford.parts.com or parts.ford.com, I can't remember. If you go to your local dealer, they're going to charge you like 75 bucks for this emblem. You can get it online for about 35. So there you go, guys and gals. There are the parts. I've got my chrome, which I am going to paint gloss black. And then everything that's dark blue, I'm going to do a flat black. And yeah, sorry for the shaky camera. There you go. All right, so my emblem is done. All the pieces have been painted and put back together. I did not actually film the reassembly, but it basically goes back together just the way it came apart. Some people use super glue. I have never had luck with super glue. It always tends to, you know, some of it comes out of the crack and gets onto the paint and runs the paint, and then I'm super pissed. So to avoid that, I actually use this 3M 300 LSE. You can find it on Amazon. It is a sheet of double-sided adhesive. It is very strong. I use this stuff to actually put bezel inserts on bezels for custom watches I build. It holds up to water really well and all elements really well. The watches I build are diver watches, and I've never had a bezel insert pop out of a bezel after using this stuff. So I use that and cut pieces to shape for like this portion, this portion. I actually cut pieces to shape for the little ring. And yeah, so here it is, guys, all put back together, and now it's gonna go in the car. Hope you enjoyed.